Suneer.
Yes. Honorable Deputy Chairman, sir, I rise today with a heavy heart but a resolute voice to expose the BJP-led union government's blatant financial discrimination and political vendetta against the state of Kerala and the left. On behalf of my party, the Communist Party of India, the BJP has made it clear through its policies, through its actions, and through its systematic economic strangulation that it seeks to punish Kerala for its unwavering commitment to secularism, social justice, and the welfare of its people. Since the people of Kerala have repeatedly rejected the BJP's divisive and corporate-driven politics, this government has chosen to retaliate for choking our state financially, undermining our developmental programs, and depriving our people of what is rightfully theirs. Kerala stands tall with an unparalleled model of development, one that prioritizes human well-being over corporate profits, one that values education and healthcare over communal discord, one that ensures social security over crony capitalism, and because we have refused to fall in line with the BJP's agenda of corporate appeasement, religious polarizations, and reckless economic policies, they have made Kerala a target of economic blockade. Is this now a federal democracy is functions? Is this how a government should treat its own people? Let me present the facts. Kerala generates over 63.58% of its own revenue, far higher than the national average of 53.9%. Yet despite our fiscal discipline and responsible governance, the centre has systematically reduced our share of funds. Our share in the divisible pool of taxes has been cut from 3.875% under the 10th Finance Commission to a meager 1.925% under the 15th Finance Commission. The BJP government has choked our finances by ending GST compensation and the revenue deficit grant, leaving Kerala struggling to meet even its basic obligations. And when we requested a special package to mitigate this crisis, the Modi government turned its back on us. Is this cooperative federalism or is this economic retribution? Honorable Chairman, sir, the discrimination does not stop there. When a devastating landslide hit Wayanad on July 30, 2024, claiming more than 250 lives and displacing thousands, Kerala did not receive the assistance it deserved. Even after weeks of grueling rescue and relief efforts, after DNA sequencing to identify the dead, and after struggling to rehabilitate entire communities, the BJP government continues to delay us the 2,000 crore rupees we need to rebuild. Are we second-class citizens in our own countries simply because we refuse to bow before the BJP? And let us talk about infrastructure. The Vizhinjam seaport, a game changer for India's logistics sector, is up and running, promising to transform Kerala into a transshipment hub. But what does the union government do? Instead of supporting these strategic projects, they impose unreasonable financial burdens. Kerala seeks 5,000 crore rupees for critical infrastructure like rail connectivity, a maritime cluster, and a green hydrogen hub. Yet instead of supporting growth, the centre demands that our viability gap funding be treated as a loan, which would cost the state 10,000 crore rupees in repayments. When seaports receive unending centre support, especially in Gujarat, why does Kerala's port get stepmotherly treatment? This government has also introduced a new methodology for determining open market borrowing, manipulating figures to strangle Kerala's borrowing space. We demand an increase in our normal borrowing ceiling from 3% to 3.5% of GSDP, along with an additional 0.5% for power sector reforms. But the central government refuses because it wants Kerala's development to stall. Why? Because we have built a model where education is free, healthcare is accessible, and women and the marginalized have security and dignity, values that stand in stark contrast to the BJP's economic policies of inequality and corporate handouts. Centrally sponsored schemes are another tool of BJP's economic arm twisting. States are forced to co-fund projects, eating into our resources while the center takes credit. Kerala must contribute 70,500 crore rupees over 2 years for the Jal Jeevan mission. But our borrowing limits are used as a noose around our neck, threatening 12,000 crore rupees worth of ongoing investments. We demand that CSS funding be exempted from these arbitrary restrictions. And then what about social security? The Kerala Infrastructure Investment Fund Board, KIFBI, and Kerala Social Security Pension Company Limited have been targeted. Their borrowings suddenly being counted as state debt. The centre has, through deliberate policy tweaks, cost Kerala 3,140.7 crore rupees over 4 years. This is nothing but economic sabotage, a calculated effort to weaken our welfare state model and push Kerala towards a disaster. Even under the so-called scheme for special assistance to states for capital investment, the BJP government imposed branding requirements that essentially make it a political PR exercise rather than a genuine financial aid program. Why should Kerala be forced to toe the BJP's propaganda line just to receive what is rightfully ours? The discrimination extends even further. Our national highway widening projects, in which Kerala has invested 25% of the land acquisition cost, are being wrongly classified in a manner that forces us to include these investments in our borrowing limits. We demand that 6,000 crore rupees be allowed outside regular limits, but as always, the government remains data to our legitimate requests. And what about GST? The BJP claimed that GST would ensure fair revenue distribution, but Kerala has been systematically shortchanged, suffering due to systematic tax evasion and incorrect settlements. We demand the continuation of the GST compensation scheme until these flaws are rectified. But once again, this government turns away because it knows that Kerala's robust economy stands as proof that alternative models of development work. Non-residents Kerala send back billions in remittances, contributing immensely to India's foreign exchange reserves. Yet their welfare board is struggling due to rising return migration, and the centre refuses to allocate over even 3,000 crore annually to sustain it. At the same time, Kerala's proposals for migrant reintegration worth rupees 2,000 crore have been ignored. Why? Because BJP sees migrants only as ATM machines, not as human beings. Honourable Chairman, this government has given 60,000 crore to upgrade ITIs nationwide. Yet Kerala's 108 ITIs are denied their rightful share of 2,100 crore. Our higher education sector has been ignored under PM Usha, despite submitting proposals worth 2,170 crore rupees. Our cancer patients at the Regional Cancer Center in Thiruvananthapuram are denied the 1,293 crore rupees needed for expansion. Why? Because Kerala refused to surrender for BJP's communal politics. Our fisheries sector is struggling, but Harbour Modernization Fund remains elusive. Our coastal communities are fighting for survival against rising sea levels, but the 2,329 crore rupees we need is nowhere in sight. We ask for increased subsidies for essential commodities, support for cashew, coir and handloom sectors, fair wages for MGNREGA workers and a much-needed aims in Kerala. And what is the BJP's response? Silence, neglect, contempt. This is not governance. This is economic strangulation. This is a political conspiracy to break Kerala's resilience. But let me and my party, the CPI, be clear. Kerala will not be bullied. Kerala will not bow down. Kerala will fight. The people of Kerala see through the BJP's game. We see the contempt this government as for our social model, for our commitments to secularism, for our welfare-driven economy. But let me warn you, Kerala is not alone. The BJP's attacks on federalism are an attack on every non-BJP ruled states. If Kerala is strangled today, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, West Bengal, Punjab, and every progressive state will be next. Kerala will resist, Kerala will fight, and Kerala will prevail. The people of India will resist, the people of India will fight, and the people of India will prevail against all injustice. Thank you, sir.
धन्यवाद.